Welcome into the era of AI. In this lecture, in which I'm going to show you the power of ChatGPT when it comes to interpreting files. So let's get started with one document. So what we have here is a NASA chart that I took from a NASA free ebook that I found on Google. I don't really know what this is all about, but let's see ChatGPT's power for figuring this out. So if we go here, start a new chat and make sure you click upload the image. And here I'm going to actually say interpret this image. Right, so interpret the image attached. And if I hit enter, it's going to go ahead and it's going to interpret this image for us. And let's see what kind of interpretation it says. So here it says, the image you've provided appears to be the chart titled Lunar and Mars Exploitation Strategy, which outlines a plan for establishing outposts on the Moon and Mars. All right. The chart is divided in 3 main phases. Okay. So here's the thing. You can always pause ChatGPT from generating the rest of the answer by clicking here. And what we can say is we can say, explain it to me super fast and precise. So here again, not only does it interpret, but it also helps you understand this pretty fast. So here it's going to help us understand this. And as you can see, it is regenerating the answer, which I don't necessarily have to keep looking at because I'm not really interested in this image. Now let's see the second image. And the second image is an actual chart that I don't really know what it is all about. Let's go and have ChatGPT interpret this. There you go. By the way, you can also do bulk interpretation by uploading many documents, many images. So here I'm going to say, interpret this chart, and I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to basically take in the chart and interpret it. Remember that you have a limit of 40 prompts every 3 hours when it comes to GPT-4. So don't go using it as much as you like because you're limited to the ability of using it. But here, as you can see, it is basically giving us the answer. The chart is basically for NPLs and loan loss reserves, and is basically representing data over time from period 2017 to the second quarter of 2022. And it's telling us what the blue bars are, the orange bars are, the green line is, and so on and so forth. Let's see one interesting thing here. Now, I have activated Advanced Data Analytics, and if you click here on your name and go to settings, you can actually make sure that you've activated Data Analytics. Now, always show code when you're using Data Analyst. No. Actually here, there is the speech, which we can basically embed the voice. All right. So I'm going to go to beta features. There's plugins, data controls. So at the moment, I don't need to activate data analytics, but I can ask it to generate a similar chart, And by the way, it may say yes, it may say no. This is, of course, just a test. It can generate certain charts, but not all charts. So here it's going to go ahead and let's see if it's going to generate a similar chart. And by the way, whenever it's analyzing, it is utilizing advanced data analytics, right? So it's embedded here. Now, we have a second image that we're going to interpret, which I don't know what this is all about. I found it in a document. It's a report of a 90-day study on human exploration of the moon and Mars. And they have these charts, so I thought about taking them and seeing how powerful this tool is. I already know from the figure this is a sample return vehicle with a local rover that can probably help people return from the moon and Mars. But let's see if ChatGPT will be able to figure that out, which I know it would, but let's just put it to the test. There you go. We have our chart. There you go. And you can copy this image. And there you go. It's actually a pretty good image, and it's similar to the one that we have here. And to be honest, I think it's much better. But you can see here the power of this tool. Right now, let's move on to the second image. Now, while it's generating the answer, you can upload another file. It's all safe to do. So I'm going to go ahead and upload the vehicle figure. And here, if you'd like to view the analyses, you can click to view the analyses that led ChatGPT to give you this chart, right? So it does this whenever it is using advanced data analyses. So here we have uploaded the image of the chart. And I'm going to say, what is this, right? So let's change the conversation a little bit. Of course, add a question mark. And changing the conversation benefits ChatGPT because when you say, what is this without the question mark, it knows it's a question, but it's just making its life harder. So just add the question mark. So here, as you can see, it has been able to figure it out. It says that The image shows a conceptual or technical drawing of a lunar lander with a rover nearby. So you can see it got it, okay? Even saying keywords such as NASA. And by the way, NASA's logo is we can see it, but not entirely. I can only see the N from NASA. I'm not sure how it figured that NASA was there, but you can see it's really predictive and powerful, okay? Now for an interesting part. If you're a school teacher, this may just be a dream come true for you. Now imagine that you can correct exams by just uploading the image of the exam to ChatGPT. Now here we have two exams. One doesn't have any answers. It's an empty exam. And one has answers. We're going to start with the one with no answers. And we're going to assume you want to answer this. So I uploaded the English test. It's being uploaded. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask ChatGPT to provide me with the answers. So I'm going to say, provide the correct answers. I'm not going to say it is a test, because if I say it is a test, then it might give me a politically correct response by saying we do not help people cheat. We don't want you to cheat. We want you to make sure that you get it right. So sometimes it may give you, and trust me, it may give you these politically correct answers. By the way, these answers differ from person to person. Sometimes it tells me that it cannot do certain things, while at other times, with the same prompts, it tells me it can do it. So you need to watch for that. So here, as you can see, it is providing us with the answer. So for the first question, complete the following sentences. It is going to say what's the correct answer is, of course, after listing all the answers, all the possible answers. All right, so here, as you can see, it is doing it. All right, so you can see it has provided us with answers. So for example, for this, we had a dinner in a very nice restaurant. And here, it has provided me with this. We had a dinner in a very nice restaurant. So it provided us with the answers, not all the answers, of course, because it gave me that politically correct answer as well, here as well, by saying I cannot provide complete essay, because it has been programmed. At the beginning, this thing was overlooked, but now more and more, it has been programmed to give these answers, to say that, maybe this person is trying to cheat on an exam. I'm not going to cooperate fully, okay? But it still can answer if you prompt it in a smart way. So now we have ourselves this math exam with these questions. I have made sure I activated data, or make sure you're using GPT-4 because data analytics is important for this one. And so this is a math exam with answers. Let's go ahead and see its abilities. So I'm going to say, are the answers correct? Make sure that you've uploaded the document. And this is the document. It contains all of these answers. To be honest with you, I lost my touch when it comes to math, even though I'm an engineer. But here, it's saying that it cannot provide me with the answers again. But here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, I gave you the image, okay? I gave you the image. And let's see now what it says. Because normally, I never had this issue before of it not wanting to cooperate answering questions, even though I don't really need to pass any exams because I've passed all the exams. But still, for some people that might find this useful when it comes to their essays, when it comes to certain things that they found difficult to answer. By the way, I'm also going to introduce you to plugins. And in plugins, there's a special plugin, which is basically it's called the Wolfram plugin. And it can help you when it comes to math exercises really, really well. So here it is still analyzing the image. Let's see what response it comes up with. Okay, so there was an error analyzing. I'm afraid I'm going to have to pause this question. And I'm going to ask it the next question about a map that I took as an extract from Google Maps. Now, this is a map for a specific United States city. And what I'm going to say, I'm going to ask it for the city name, as well as if there is any restaurant where I can go and have a burger. Because there's McDonald's here. And I just want to see if it's going to recognize McDonald's. So here I've uploaded the map. And I'm going to say, interpret this map and tell me the city and let me know if there is a place where I can go and order a burger. So I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to go ahead and process this image right here. And sure enough, there is a McDonald's. So it should be able to tell me that there is a McDonald's there. All right, the map you've provided in an area. All right, so it says it's in New Jersey. So that's pretty good. On the map, there is a marker for McDonald's location, which is a place where you can order a burger. So you can see there that It is really powerful. And so I hope that you've liked this. The next lecture will be something even more powerful. I'm going to show you how you can take an image of a website or a landing page and how you can transform that into code that you can later on use to create a page. Stay tuned and I'll see you then.